Jerry Cook, or Coke, you're first. What's going on? How are you? Beautiful day here at the cemetery. All right, let's wait for a few folks to come on board here. We're gonna go for a pretty cool walk here. Hey Cheryl, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you here. Thanks for hanging out. Wow, we finally have a nice day here. Elizabeth, Sandy's here. Hey, you guys are first. Yay, I made it from the Netherlands. Great to have you all the way across the pond. Hey, here everybody comes. Teresa, Nancy, Leon, Kimberly's here with the wrench. You're not a wrench, you have a wrench. Debbie's here. What's going on? How you guys doing? Ricky Brewster. Holy cow, Ricky Brewster's here today. Guys, it's Ricky Brewster. We are at Calvary Cemetery in Woodstock today, and we're gonna see a lot of cemetery because across the street here is Oakland, and there's just a lot to see and a lot to talk about. So we're gonna have a very interesting walk today. Hello, Anita. Floss is here, one of my first subscribers ever. Who else we got here? Amanda's here. Heather, Kathy, Serenity Sue is with us from Serenity Sue. Wow. I feel honored. We got the crew here. All right, what do we got? We got already 193 people, so you don't want to look at me. I'm gonna turn this thing around so you can see the cemetery. So we're at Calvary, no guessing today. We're gonna get down to business. We're gonna get right down to walking and talking and blabbing. What do you guys want to talk about? Karen's a new subscriber, welcome. How are you? Love the gangster visits. Yeah, we're definitely doing, Woodstock. I told everybody we're in Woodstock today. I'm at Calvary across the street from Oakland. We're gonna do both cemeteries. We are gonna hit both cemeteries today. I kind of scoped things out. I'm gonna start from one end here to the other, and actually we're gonna start with this grave right here of Sarah Kathleen Schott. Kind of a sad story. I just looked it up on the internet. Sarah was from Woodstock here. It says, Putty lies wrapped in Grandma Keith's loving arms. Sadly, Sarah passed away from a cardiac arrest, just a sudden cardiac arrest. And there were no defibrillators. And I understand her family she passed away, they got behind a major effort to make sure there are defibrillators at the school and other places. So Sarah, rest in peace. Kind of a very sad story. I mean, I know I sound like a broken record sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's a sad story today, but we're at a cemetery, right? And it's kind of sad when people die. Lisa's here. Betty Feliciano's here. What's going on, Betty? We haven't talked to you for a while. Tony George. Such is here. Cheryl Freeman. Yeah, I'm seeing some of the old gang. That's awesome. Well, let's, you know what? There was another one I wanted to look at here. But I wanted to be careful because, you know, well, I'm in a little bit of the newer section, and I'm going to kind of come around this way because the man's wife is not passed away, and we have this birthday, you know, the birthday is on there and no death date. So I'm going to kind of try to come at this one from the side. Isn't that a marvelous picture? Name is Laddie. Oh, $20, thank you. Wait, I'm going to have to come back and see who gave me that $20. Laddie passed in 1983. I'll give you a good look at that picture. What a classic. Boy, that's from like the 40s or 50s, huh? For sure. So who gave me that $20? Let me scroll back and see here. Who did that? That was Andrea Garden, G-A-R-D-E. It doesn't say anymore. Thank you very much. And someone else gave me money before that. Tracy Rothmeyer's $5. Thank you. How you guys all doing? What's going on today? Let's just kind of cruise and see what we run into. But yeah, I've got a from California. What's going on? Linda is here. Delia C from California. Always look forward to your videos. Thank you. Man, it's so cool that you guys are coming along. Yeah, we got a bit of a march to do across the street. We're in Woodstock. At Calvary, we're going to go across the street to Oakland, and we will see the grave of Johnny Stompanato, who was knifed to death by the daughter of Lana Turner, who he was dating. Now, this is Gary Matthew Sokolowski, passed away in 95. So December 5th, let's see, 1970. So in his mid-20s. Wow, that's terrible. Let's go. Oh, I found this really interesting. Oh, Serenity Sue, $5. Thank you. Melody. Oh, what are you guys doing? Throwing the cash out here. Let's see, Melody, Fraggle, Chalk Drop. Those are some funny names. Serenity, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So it's all going to go to the fund. I got some kind of disappointing news yesterday. I was coming back from Kansas City, and remember the grave of Jacob Carpenter? We were going to get the video of the man doing the inscription. Well, there was a big snafu. Thank you, Carrie, $20. Very cool. I was very disappointed because I got the call from the monument company who hires the engraver and said, oh, he just went out there and did it. I just have this feeling he does not want to be videotaped. So I had asked them, hey, could I videotape another one then? And then we'll circle back to Jacob Carpenter's grave. And Aurora Flores, looks like it's in Spanish. Oh, what a beautiful flag they have for Aurora. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful monument, beautiful cross here. And she just passed very, very recently. It says Julio, I think that's July 2021, right? Thank you, Larry, for the $5. Very cool. And you can see, yeah, she is buried here. This is very recent interment. I wanted to go over here. If you see in the distance, there's a really interesting Irish family plot that I did check out. But yeah, I'm really disappointed because the guy just went out and he just did it. And I had called them multiple times, said I really want to do a video. And I'm not going to say who the company is. It really doesn't matter, I guess. I don't want to make anybody look bad, but it's probably not the monument company's fault. It's the engraver's fault. I think he was notified and he just like blew it off. So I guess it's done. We're going to go see Jacob Carpenter at some point soon when I can get over to St. Joseph Cemetery. Ryan, thanks for the $10. And I'll just do a short video of his inscription. Really disappointed. Maybe we'll get to see an inscription process. I'm still trying to make that happen. This is the plot of the Kelly family right here. Really beautiful. It's all set off way here in the back of corner of the cemetery. And there's some really neat plaques here. Now, I'm not going to get too close to, I'm just going to show you from here, the one on the right. They have a whole family tree and with birth dates, and it's just fantastic. But it has a lot of people, I think, that are still alive. So I don't want to, I'm going to kind of just come over here because this is really amazing for Michael Kelly. Look at that. It's a knight. Turris Fortis something Dels, I think it says. Serenity Sioux, translate. What does that mean? Come on, Serenity, this is all yours. From the land of Killarney. Let me get over here. See, look at this. Look at the profile of that relief. Isn't that amazing? Love the Irish. I got to tell you, the Irish, and the Irish are not proud of who they are, by the way. Being facetious. Let's see. Let's head this way. Got some people over here. I want to keep them off the camera. That's why I'm pointing it this way, so we have some people visiting. I'm just going to scoot by them. Who's that? Holy cow. Throttle Bunny, $20. Karen for $10. Thank you. I hope I didn't miss anybody while I was... That's Gaelic writing, Deidre says. Thanks for the donations, for sure. All right, I'm gonna kind of, let's see, what can I do here? Let me go this way. Let's get around these people. Scotland, Lorraine from Scotland, how are you doing? Loves all the videos, it's so cool. Yeah, so we're at Calvary, all you Irish, Scottish, and then from here, we're gonna cross the street and we're gonna go to Oakland, which, you know who's buried at Oakland? Thanks, Donna, $10. Chester Gould, remember Dick Tracy? We'll swing by his grave real quick. We'll skim by it. We've got an episode on that already. Oh, somebody said it's blurry. Jan, is the video? $5, Mary Ellen Grayberg, thank you. Yeah, I've got 2 bars here, but we should be getting a pretty good picture of everybody, getting a little blur going. Oh, that's unfortunate. I got the good iPhone. So yeah, anyway, to finish on Jacob Carpenter, I'll try and get a video on that. I was really disappointed, the snafu on that. Let's go check out this mausoleum over here. Looks like Murray, or Murphy. Murray and Murphy, those are very popular Irish names, if you didn't know. So what are you guys doing? Are you getting ready for Halloween? Are you guys pumped for Halloween? It seems like, oh, I don't know, October 1st, and it's just like the excitement kicks in. I don't know if you're like me, but it's like, there's like a switch that goes on. It's like, oh, Halloween. So we're in Halloween month, and I do have some decent stuff. It's gonna kind of build up. I got a couple really good ones, but I'm gonna save those for the last week. Yeah, C.L. Murphy. Looks like we can't see in here. Yeah, I'm totally pumped for Halloween, guys. For sure. There's some very old stones here. Keeping the kids inside. Oh, you bought your own candy? That's what Valencia Lewis says. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not like it was in the old days. Looks like we've got some damage here. And they put some plexiglass over this. But, you know, sadly, look at we have got some stained glass here. That somebody smashed, the old vandals probably. Gosh, what makes people tick? What makes people do that stuff? I don't know. Yeah, Halloween is, you got married Halloween? Who said that? Let's see. Given wings to fly. You got married on Halloween? I love that. That's very cool. Now we've got some old stones here. Age, I don't have my flashlight. It looks like 24 years. Somebody fairly young. You guys getting all your Halloween decorations out? let me tell you something. We used to, I was so into it in my 30s and 40s. I had the ultimate. We had people coming from other neighborhoods to see the Halloween set, you name it. And I was like, I bought stuff from Universal Studios, like Bride of Frankenstein with Frankenstein on those tables with the doctor, like full size, under lights. I had a full graveyard. Of course I had a full graveyard, right? I had, let's see, what else did I have? Good God, I had the Wolfman, I had Dracula, I had a whole set with sarcophagus, Boris Karloff, the Mummy. Hey, Mega, Bad Girl, $5, and Jeff for $5. Thank you, best storyteller. I love to tell stories. Glad you guys like the way I tell stories. Keep doing it. Yeah, so big time Halloween, but just sold all the stuff. Just can't do it anymore. Kids are going away to school, college. My one son just graduated from KU. $10 from Rob the In-Dog. Thank you, $10. And I just, you know, it's a lot of work. You know what the work is? The lighting. I mean, I would go all out with the lighting, you know, because at night, and I had fog machines going and spooky sounds. I mean, everybody came. And then Tommy the Cat. Is Tommy the Cat here? Oh, that's awesome. I have, and I still have the ultimate. Maybe I'll do a video for you guys. I don't know if I'll set him up, but he's on hydraulics and air compressors. Call him Sparky. Sparky is a guy sitting in an electric chair, getting electrified, and he's got a whole skit. He's got a whole skit that he talks about, like, come sit on my lap, honey. As you zzz, and there's like a box with 1,000 amps, sparks going all over. Thank you for the $10, Scotsman. Yeah, so we're just selling all that stuff. Just got rid of all of it. Yeah, I know, Betty, the engraver should have said something. You know, I have this feeling that he just did not want me to. Maybe he's got a secret technique for Jacob Carpenter that he doesn't want people to see. That's the only thing I could think of, because I know the monument company, they called him. I'm going to get to the bottom of it, but I'm not very happy, because I should have put a stipulation. I paid $500 for that, or $400 or $500, and I should have said this is contingent on that I get to videotape it. And if that engraver doesn't want to do it, then find another engraver. Well, see, this is what you learn. Live and learn. So next time, I'll have a contingency. Here's another, look at this. I love these. Now, you know that's like a union, right? Husband and wife. Yep, Mary and something Montgomery. I can't see his first name. Live and learn, I say. Live and learn. So, all right, I got to be careful here. We have, the mother is still alive. So I'm going to come at it from this angle so we don't show her birth date. And anybody who's watching, that's why I blur out the names. If people are still alive, I blur them out. I try to. Thank you for Dennis Smith. Thank you for the 5. I think that was 5. So the wife is still alive. The husband passed, Paul Alexander, in 1954. All right, we are now in Oakland Cemetery. Yeah, Mary Ellen Grayberg, you're right? It's probably an art. You have to imagine, like, not many people do that. He's probably got a technique, and he's like, I don't want people seeing how I do it. And I wonder what this looks like, a fresh, but there's no marker. Now this is interesting. There's like holes every 18 inches. What do you suppose those are for, guys? Or do you think it's just sinkage? No, those are on a pretty even, spacing. That looks purposeful. Never seen that before. Never know what you're gonna see, right? As you wander. Andrea, $5. Thank you. All right, so we're just for those that joined late, we're now at Oakland Cemetery in Woodstock. We crossed the street from Calvary, and we are walking towards the grave of Johnny Stompanato, who was a gangster. Well, I don't know if you could call him a gangster. He worked for Mickey Cohen, so you know the big West Coast. Mickey Cohen was bad. You guys know who Mickey Cohen is? Woo, yeah, bad. Don't mess with Mickey Cohen. Anyway, Stompanato, I'll tell you his story. We got a little ways to walk to get to his grave. We're gonna talk about his family too. He got stomped by the daughter. Yeah, he did. He got stabbed. I guess, yeah, stomped. It's one way to put it. But he had some issues for sure. He definitely had some issues. So you guys, like I said, are you all ready for Halloween there? Let's see, Virginia says, please cover the church bus wreck. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Pamela, he worked his way up to being Mickey Cohen's left-hand guy. And he was Johnny Stompanato. He was the good-looking Italian guy. All the women. He dated some really, beautiful women he married. Well, we'll talk about it. I'll tell you. I can start talking about it. I mean, he was born here. The family's from here. His dad was a barber. Here in Woodstock. I'm sure the descendants still live here. Kathy went to Highgate today. Oh, I'm so jealous. That's the first place I'm going to go when I get to UK. Highgate Cemetery, man. Let me tell you. So they were an Italian working family here in Woodstock. He graduated from high school here. John Stompanato did. So he was a local boy. And then he went into the Marines. World War II, he fought in World War II, Pacific Theater. He was in the 1st Marine Division, and he fought at Peleliu, and Okinawa, but man, Peleliu was absolutely brutal. Like Tarawa and all those islands. We were island hopping coming up towards Japan, and he was in the thick of it. So you got to give him credit. He's a brave kid, Johnny Stompanato was. He got involved. Then after the war, Woodstock, no, not New York. We're Woodstock, Illinois. It's a little town. Well, it's just not that small of a town here in Illinois. He ended up marrying a Turkish woman in China. And when you do that, if you want to get married, you got to convert. So he converted to Islam, Johnny Stompanato did, and got married. They had a kid. They came back here to Woodstock. So everything was kind of normal. Guy goes to war, meets the woman overseas, the love of his life, comes back to his hometown. He brings her back. The Turkish woman, they have a child. They had a boy. No, not Woodstock, Georgia. But we were there. We were there for that the spooky vampires. And what does he do? He gets back here and then he says, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm just going to go to Hollywood. And he deserted his family. Gone. Just saw the bright lights. Who knows how that developed, but yeah, he He blew out of here. No more Woodstock, no more wife, no more child. His wife filed for divorce, I think, a year or two later, or got a divorce, abandonment. And he was off to the races in Hollywood. And he had that Hollywood look. I brought some pictures. When we get to his grave, I brought some printouts. I'll try to lay on the ground. You can take a look. What's up, guys? We are at Oakland Cemetery, and we are just going to walk to Johnny Stompanato's grave. Still a ways off here. We'll pass Chester Gould on the way. Dick Tracy. Did an episode on him. I'll put the link in once this, later on tonight when I get back. I'll get the description box squared away. So now he's swinging in Hollywood. Cool guy. Hitting on the women, getting into the bad circles. Mickey Cohen, that's where it would culminate. And it is said that Frank Sinatra had gone to him and said, hey, leave Ava Gardner alone, stop hitting on her. So he pissed Frank Sinatra off early on. So he didn't have a great start there because, Sinatra was connected. And he started getting himself arrested. He got arrested several times. Ron, come to Ireland. I know. Next year I'm coming. I'm going to try and maybe hook up with Serenity and you guys for an episode or two in the Wexford. But I also want to mainly focus on Edinburgh. And then if I can get to London. I was going to come this year, but, all this crap with airlines and, all this stuff had regressed. But it's okay. We got time. New Zealand? Oh, I really want to come to New Zealand. For sure. Christine. I've met some people from New Zealand. And that is just spectacular place. I did my Arctic expeditions. I didn't get over there, but I wanted to. Here's the mausoleum. I do know it's locked. We're not gonna waste too much time, but I'll give you a quick shot of what it looks like. Do a quick circle. So what does he do? He gets married again. And he marries this actress, beautiful actress, Johnny Stompanato did. You guys ever heard of Patricia Meyer? Not Patricia Meyer, what's her name? Helen Gilbert. Helen Gilbert. She was on the road. Now, Helen Gilbert was a prodigy cello player. And she, like a lot of people, she had some kind of gig she did with that. And she got into the Hollywood circles and got discovered. Became a film actress. And movies she played in, well, one movie I know she played in was that movie, The Secret of Dr. Kildare, but it was really The Wizard of Oz. She had this chance to be Glinda, what's her name, guys? Glinda, right? Is it Gwenda or Glinda? I think it's Glinda, the Good Witch. The Wizard of Oz. What's the Good Witch? Glinda, the Ruby Slippers. She had that role. And what happens? She goes running off with Howard Hughes, who spirited her away, like he did he was just like on this conquest. He was Mr. Conquest. How many actresses can I have affairs with and then dump them and get the next one? That guy was a creep, in my opinion. But anyway, he whisked her away, and that ended her career because the studio's like, you're done. You not only get no Wizard of Oz role of Glinda, but we're just going to let your contract lapse out. So she just I mean, she didn't go down the tubes or anything, but that kind of ended her career. Are there witches in Woodstock? I don't know. It's a good question. Let's go over this way. Let's do a quick pass by Chester. Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy. Man, it's a gorgeous day for once. So anyway, back to John Stompanato. Johnny, she married him February 19th, 1949. And she goes, oh, this is a big mistake. 5 months later, she divorces him. So she got out of that pretty unscathed, considering. She ended up dying of cardiac arrest in LA in 95. She was 80 years old, cremated, scattered at sea. So here is the grave of Chester Gould, right here. I did an episode on Dick Tracy, the cartoonist, but I thought, since we're passing by, those of you who haven't seen it, that's Chester Gould. And he's here with his wife and parents, right there. Looks like St. Adelbert. A little bit maybe. Jerry, thank you for the $5. Ironically, 666 in chat. What does that mean? The evil 666. This is a beautiful cemetery in Woodstock, Oakland. Anyway, 2 more marriages, or he had the 2 marriages, had the divorces, and then he gets into this relationship with Lana Turner. Oh, Lana Turner. She was gorgeous. I love the pictures of Lana Turner in World War II at the canteen, Hollywood canteen, and all, with Betty Davis, that video I did on Susan Hayward. And if you look at that Susan Hayward episode and the picture of Lana Turner I put in there, because you just look at the private, I think it's a private, and he's just like entranced, staring at her like, this is Lana Turner. I'm sitting next to Lana Turner. And maybe she likes me. So, anyway, yes, they had a really crazy bad relationship, arguing all the time. I mean, you know where that was going. Arguments, fights, and, jealous guy, possessive guy. Where have we heard that before? Well, that's what he was doing. And she was doing a film with Sean Connery overseas. I think it was in Britain. And, the guy is so jealous. What does he do? He flies. Johnny Stompanato gets on a plane and flies there, goes to the studio. Listen to this. You're just not going to believe this. He pulls a gun right in front of everybody. He pulls a gun out. He goes up to Sean Connery. He points the gun at him. Now, Sean Connery was a bodybuilder. I don't know if you know that. He was a bodybuilder and he was a black belt. So what does he do? He grabs the gun. He bends his arm backwards. I don't know if he shot or not. And then with his other hand, he punched him in the face and knocked him down. Knocked him out. How embarrassing. Of course, the police came and took him away. And then Sean Connery was really, really afraid, because they knew he was connected to the mob. So they had to hide Sean Connery for a while until things cooled down. But I'm sure Mickey Cohen, he heard the story and probably said, that's okay, Sean, you're good. I'm guessing. So yeah, that was like really, really crazy. So the guy just keeps doing his thing, arguing. And finally there came a night. I think it had to do with what, was he going to accompany Lana Turner to the Academy Awards or not? And they got in an argument about that. Maybe she didn't want him to go. I'll bet that's what the deal was. And he threatened her, and I think he got physically abusive. And unlucky for him, yeah, by the way, I agree. Sean Connery was the Bond. He was the real Bond. That's right, Debbie. He was the best Bond. He was the Bond, in my opinion. That guy was a stud. He looked like a stud. He didn't get all the weird plastic surgery. He looked good until he was in his 80s. In fact, just before he died, I mean, he was looking pretty, I mean, come on. He's like, I don't know, when he died in his 80s and 90s. Anyway, Sean Connery, what a handsome devil. But yeah, so Lana Turner's daughter, I forget her name, she attacked him. She's like, you're not going to mess with my mom. I'm done. We're done with you. And she stabbed him to death. Now you have to wonder, a woman stabbing a man to death, it must have been some siege. I mean, Johnny Stompanato was no pushover, or maybe he was, I don't know, but to get, or, you know, a lot of times it's a lucky stab, because, you know, it takes a lot of stabbings to kill a person. And yeah, she probably stabbed him in the heart or something, because he died. She killed him. So there was a whole investigation. It was a whole bad deal. And of course, Mickey Cohen was like, I want to know everything. He got involved, and it was just going to be this big ordeal. In fact, Johnny's older brother, I can't remember his name, I think he's buried here. He was really involved, and he was kind of the go-between to the police, you know, so they could figure it out. And I guess, you know, it's like self-defense, or, you know, they got it worked out. So that's what happened to him. And I don't think he was that old. I don't know how old he was, but we'll see on his gravestone, because we have arrived. This is where all the Stompanatos are, right here. And while we're here, it's Carmine. Okay. So this is his older brother, 1912 to 1961. You guys have an okay picture? Can you report in? I'm kind of hoping the picture's improved, because I've only got 2 bars. So that's Carmine, 1912 to 1961, with his wife, Ruby. And I'm gonna guess this is their daughter, Carmela Stompanato King. And she would be named for the grandmother, the Stompanato matriarch, who is over here. Picture's okay? Okay, thanks, Jim. Thank you, guys. Lady Suda. Lady Suda's here, guys. Lady Suda says picture is good. This is the Stompanato parents. John, like, and not only John was a barber, but Carmine was a barber. They were a family of barbers. Now, Verena, I believe, is his second wife. And what's interesting is, here's Carmela. So this is his mom, and she died days after John Stompanato Jr. was born. And she had that, forget what it's called, but it's like when your stomach ruptures or you get the bacteria into your system, sepsis forms, and that's what happened to her. And it may have been a complication of the pregnancy, but it was only 6 days later. You can see here, 1925 to 1958. This is John. This is his tombstone. World War II, U.S. Marine. So thank you for your service, sir. You had a turbulent life. Yeah, sepsis, gastronitis, So when you look, when I look at her stone here, 1925, I did look it up. I was wondering, why is it the same year? And there's another kind of interesting, what else did I find? Maybe it was over here. 1961 to 1985. There was some other odd thing I noticed. But anyway, maybe you guys will pick up on it. I can't remember with the dates. But yeah, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to do this one-handed. It's a little windy. But I brought with some pictures. I don't know if they'll just blow away or what. But you can look this up on the internet. So this is under a bush here. So that's John. And he's with Lana Turner there. Of course, that was on a night they were getting along, at least at that part of the evening. And then, oh, here we go. Now we've got, I don't know who's that actress? She's got to be, or who's that lady? So there he is with his collar open, looking the part at the airport. And then I got this picture. Well, you don't want to end on this picture, but hold on. So that's the mugshot of John Stompanato. So yeah, that's the deal. That is the deal. He had a short, turbulent life. Okay, bear with me. I don't want to litter. See if I can put all these little papers away without making. Let's get this fixed up here. It's kind of a mess. Okay, that looks a little better. Straighten things up a little bit. All right, that's the Stompanato family. Hopefully they're all resting in peace here. Yeah, let's keep walking. Let's see what else we can find. Is Lucky Luciano? Yeah, Lucky Luciano's been dead a long time. And if he wasn't, boy, he would be in the news. He would be in the news. Where is Lana Turner buried? Colleen Crane says I'm sure in LA, and a lot of them were cremated, but why don't you guys Google that and tell us? I can guarantee you Find a Grave will have Lana Turner. The pictures turn out okay? Good. Yeah, you gotta see the faces, right? Gotta see the faces. What happened to his children? Well, we saw one. I don't know what happened to the rest. Barbara Ackland, Laura says, has her stone been placed? That's a great question. I'm gonna do a drive-by there sometime, just have a look. I'm guessing not. Sadly, because somebody would have told me. Somebody would have told me. So I don't think Barbara, well, if anybody knows, let us know. I'll bet that Ethel was a school teacher. Rocket scientist that I am. Lana Turner was cremated. Thanks, Lorraine. Hi from Sweden. George Michael. Man, I really like George Michael. Is he's not cremated, right? He's buried, right? Now let's just go over here. There's a little Jewish cemetery over here. Lana Turner's buried in Los Angeles. So are her ashes buried? Don't know. Somebody said her ashes were given to family. So I'm guessing maybe they finally buried her gave her a monument. Speaking of LA, I am going to LA, not this week, but next week for a few days. I'm going to be coming from the north, the Bay Area. only gonna be up there a day or so. And then I've got some meetings actually for work in LA. So I'm gonna try to get a couple of episodes done there. Thank you, Flush Art, $5. So if you guys have any ideas, I always love your ideas, but I'm pretty booked. I might be able to squeeze one more in if somebody's got, and by the way, I love the suggestions, but it's got to intrigue me. It's got to be something that just like hits me. Like when I was in Vermont, Tommy the cat, there was the vampire thing. I was like, oh, I got to do that. But yeah, I'll be in, maybe I'll do a live. Unfortunately, I'll be flying home on Sunday, so we're not gonna, maybe I'll do a Saturday live. What do you guys think? From LA somewhere. Freddie Mercury. He's buried in Europe, in Italy, I believe. Or France. No, I don't know. You guys can look that up. I remember, or maybe it was a monument I saw of his. Let's see here. Here is a Jewish, and there's really, maybe this is brand new. I think this was established in the 80s, but I don't see any. I see one. Let me see if we can go in here. Now this thing looks like it's, can't open it. So that's kind of odd, but anyway, you can walk, if you want to go in, you can just walk in right here. I just want to see if there's any graves in here. Is it haunted? What? Here is a little, oh, you know what? I wonder if this is natural burial. So here's a marker for somebody. But there have been no recent interments here. You'd be able to tell. I don't know. But here's another gate, and there are some interments, and I would like to honor the Jewish. I have the utmost respect for Jewish people, I got to tell you. I have a lot of Jewish friends, and of course, the history, we've gone through a lot. Let's see, Frank's family. David Bowie, I'm a big fan of David Bowie. Would love to. This looks like a recent interment here. Yeah, right here. I would love to do an episode on David Bowie. Do you guys know where is he at Hollywood Forever? Where's he at Forest Lawn? Is he at Forest Lawn? Oh, he's scattered. Dawn de Jesus, thank you for the $10. One thing I don't do that much in museums. I did Jesse James, I went in there. But I don't do museums, and I don't do cenotaphs that much. I really am, and I'm just not intrigued with cenotaphs. Whoops, hold on. I don't know, it's not a grave. They're not there. Thank you for your service, Bernard. Vietnam. Steve just did a great video that came out today on Vietnam. Steve's channel in LA. Norma, thanks for the $5. If you guys haven't, Graveyards with Steve, you should check his channel out. Really good guy. And he just did a Medal of Honor, a guy who dove on a hand grenade, Vietnam. So, what else you guys want to talk about? Any ideas? Any questions? Hey there, from Somerville, Massachusetts. What's going on? The holes are for anchor rods, Linda says. Anchor rods for what? For something below the surface? Below the surface? I don't understand. I'm sure we could Google it. Hi from Boulder. Love Colorado. Let's go to Ireland. Yeah, next year I'm gonna try and go, guys. We're gonna try to do the Irish jig. Edinburgh. I don't know how that's gonna all work out. Like, I know I'm gonna get to Edinburgh. And we'll see how much time I have. If everything goes smooth, I'll do Edinburgh, parts of Ireland. So Ireland, Scotland. Oh, look at this up here. Here's an interesting. Oh, there was a grave that I saw driving in. We're gonna have to walk a little to get to it. I totally forgot. Here's a etching of a little boy. It looks like. Irish eyes. I will have the Guinness, but I'd rather have the whiskey. Thank you. This looks like a Boy Scout, an artist, a soccer player. And what's that? Is that a Harry Potter? Guys, what is that? What is that, a Harry Potter, like he liked Harry Potter? What is that? Let's look at the other side. We're just looking at the back side here. Let's see what his name was. Yeah. Yeah, Arlington National Cemetery is on my list. Patty's Whiskey, I love it. So that's Ryan, 1980 to 1993. I'm not gonna pan over there. Parents are still alive. 13 years old. No, he did not make it. 12 years old. Long. Yeah, I like that. Take that whiskey. I like Jack Daniels. Like if I'm here, that's what I drink. Jack Daniels straight. Not a beer drinker. I love beer, but I don't know. Ever since college, I think I've overdosed on beer because it kind of just gives me a migraine. The hops or the barley, I don't know. Yeah, Arlington National. I have 3 people there. Not the usual suspects. Thank you, English Grave, $5 or 5 sterling. Princess Diana's definitely unattainable. I checked into that. Maybe someday someone will get in there. But yeah. But I want to do Arlington. I was at Arlington 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I was at a wedding there in DC. You know, the one grave there, General Pershing, you know, he was the top guy, World War I. Yeah, and he's buried in the same stone as all the servicemen, but he's kind of by himself. He's a little set apart, but I always have respect for people that don't flaunt their standing. I always remember that. So Halloween coming up, I've got a witch tale we're gonna do. I have a very spooky mausoleum story we're gonna do. Not gonna tell you what it is. What else do I have? I have what would I call it? Like an angel, a woman. Then I have a murder. I think this is one's going to really be scary. A family murder. And we're going to go to where it happened, and it's in I'll just say it's in a very scary place, and we are going to go at night. Ho, 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 baby. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just bought a really good spotlight, so I won't have to carry a flashlight. I got it all planned out. Maybe nothing will happen. I don't know, but we're gonna go in to where the murder house was and see if we can find some artifacts and see what just might happen. And again, probably nothing will happen, but it'll just be scary going in there. That'll be enough. But you just never know. That's what I love, the spontaneity of it. The real spontaneity. The spontaneity, like when we went into that church at, what was that place? Memorial Park. And the thunderstorm was brewing up. And we almost fell down through the stairs. Have you done the cemetery from the Night of the Living Dead? No, I'm sure we can look up where that is. That's a good idea. I like that. Let's make a note of that. I like that. I'm definitely going to do that one. For sure. Please email me because I want to give the shout out. Whoever, you know what? I'm going to scroll back. That's a really good one. Blah, 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 blah. Carrie Duvall. All right, I'm going to give you the shout out when I go there, because I'm already brewing some ideas on how to do it. I'm already scheming. Night of the Living Dead. It's in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's where Kimberly is. It's a good excuse to go see Kimberly and her husband. Hope that's okay. I said you're in Pennsylvania. Anyway, I got a little excited there, but yeah, how about it? Night of the Living Dead. Blah, blah, blah. I thought you loved our comments. No, when I say blah, 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 it's me. Like I'm saying blah, blah, blah about myself, not about you guys. I love your comments. That's me. Self-reference, self-deprecating, they call it. Oh yeah, there's, I gotta, New York, Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. I have like 50 really good episodes on my list, maybe 60, and I gotta boil it down to like 5, 10. I mean, it really takes a lot to do these episodes. The way I like to do them, I don't like to just throw out junk. What's this here? Let's take a look here. Let me just make sure there's a death date. Okay. Benji Jer Tafola. Oh, how sad. So, Jewish boy, I see Shalom. Passed just over 3 years ago. Look at that nice car. What kind of car is that, guys? He's got the gull wing doors. So 1992 to 2018, died way too young. I'm sure we can Google his obit. Somebody could maybe, I would love to know what happened to Benji. That's really sad. Bless Benji is right. Well, guys, this is the grave that I'm going to end the video on. And I have to tell you, this may be my new saddest, depressing grave, so be warned. This really breaks my heart. I don't think after we do this one, I really want to continue and see you tonight, but this is baby girl, Catherine Rose, who did not quite make it to her 6 months. She's almost 6 months old. She passed. She is with the angels. Oh man, what a cutie. What a cutie. It's just not right, is it? It's just not right. 2019, it's not too long ago. Some beautiful bears to keep her company, to cuddle with in heaven. Rest in peace, Catherine Rose Mush. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you liked the walk. I'm glad you came with. It was fun. It's great seeing you guys. I've got I almost want to say Edward. It's Edgar Casey tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, so I'll be there. I hope to see you guys there, all right? Thanks for coming. It was fun. It's always fun hanging with you guys. I think I will be able to do next Sunday, but then the Sunday after I can't. So I'll catch you soon, okay? All right, take care.